so glad you could join me here at Café Français. You're just in time to order, so let's take a look at the menu, or le menu. Did you know that menu, restaurant, and hotel are all French words? In fact, about nearly half of the English language has French influence. So native English speakers, you are off to a good start. Speaking of starters, we should order a starter, and I'll start by telling you a little bit about my educational background. I wanted to learn French in middle school. I don't know why. My parents didn't know why, but they were very supportive, and I started learning French in middle school and really haven't stopped learning since. I majored in French at Wheaton College in Illinois and spent some time studying and touring in France. I have a master's in instructional design, which means that I have learned how to create learning materials and course materials that are conducive to learning. Oh, speaking of course, we should order our main course and talk about the French courses. If I could describe my French courses in one word, I would say they are fun. F-U-N. F, full of French. U, unique and interactive. And N, nurture confidence. F, full of French. I try to speak French as much as possible, giving students what we call comprehensible input, that they hear and see language that is comprehensible to them, that helps the brain acquire language. We focus on all four speaking language skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. We learn grammar and vocabulary in context for a communicative purpose, like ordering in a cafe. Many activities are scaffolded throughout the unit to ensure student success, and many times at the end of a unit, there's a culminating activity that allows students to use what they've learned in a creative way, in a manner that's meaningful to them. Unique. They are unique because they're taught from a Christian worldview. I love for students to marvel at the Creator, at God who made their brains to acquire language. We look at people groups that need to hear the gospel. We pray, we have Bible verses, and we even have some French worship music. And lastly, we look at units from a Christian worldview. For example, there's been a unit on beauty, and we talk about how the world defines beauty. But what does God say about beauty? They are interactive. There is lots of interaction. There has to be in a language class. Students interact with me in the language. They interact with each other. They interact during the week with the learning management system. There are times where we are doing role plays. They are working with partners. They're in breakout rooms. We have stories. There are games, memes, lots of ways. Even sometimes a digital breakout room may pop up. And the last N, they nurture confidence. Oftentimes, many students feel a little intimidated by learning and speaking another language. I try to make sure that everybody understands that it's a safe place to make mistakes. Even I still make mistakes. But that's how you get better in the language. I want students to leave my classroom with confidence and study skills and communicative skills that set them up for a lifetime. Oh my, I am full. But I still think I have room for dessert. Even though that's a little extra, I think I'll tell you a little extra about myself. I am originally from Maryland, but currently live in beautiful Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, in the heart of Amish country. After college and graduate school, I started teaching in the public school system, middle school all the way through AP French. I left to stay home to raise our children, and we homeschooled all the way through. We really enjoyed picking our own curriculum, choosing our own activities. We also did field trips, co-ops, science fairs, history fairs, dance, drama. But I think if you ask my girls what their favorite part of homeschooling was, they would say their online classes that they took in middle school and high school. They really loved connecting with their teacher, and they loved interacting with peers. In 2013, I started teaching French online with some other homeschool online academies, and I loved the online learning space. I loved connecting with homeschooling families across the country, and I've even had the privilege of meeting some of them in person. In 2022, I decided to take a step back from teaching for family reasons, and I currently work in HR in talent acquisition as a recruiter, where I spend my days looking at resumes, interviewing candidates, and keeping up with the ever-changing job market. In 2025, the Lord decided to call my husband home, and while we miss him greatly, we rejoice that his faith has become sight. And after praying a lot, I really felt the Lord calling me back into the classroom. And that is why I am so excited to be part of Excelsior classes to teach French. And, oh, looks like the cafe is closing. I better wrap this up. So, see you in French class. A bientôt.